Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Are you feeling some love? This is Kim Grivach with CIT Signature Transportation, and I wanted to share with you how you can share some love with your driver and let them know that you appreciate the work that they do to get you to your event safely and with a little fun. Number one actually starts with me. Get me the itinerary for your trip with addresses. I've talked about the addresses and how important they are and how, especially colleges, they pinpoint that address in the middle of campus. Find out exactly where you're going and include all the stops that you plan to make. Our drivers look ahead at those and they plan and they want to get a feel for what the trip is before it goes. Also, as you're talking to some of those venues, find out if there's specific bus parking. It's important for hotels. It's important for those big events where you're going and there's a ton of buses that are going to be there because they will have a designated spot for parking. So as you're talking to your contact, wherever you're headed, ask them, hey, what's the information I can pass on to my bus driver so that they know where to go and drop us off and park? Number two, meals. I know I get this question all the time. Meals are not required. They're not expected. They are appreciated. And sometimes it's just that conversation you need to have. What's happening while you're in having your meal? Well, my driver might be having a meal of their own. They're probably fueling the bus, checking in with the office, and maybe just taking that restroom break and a break themselves. And so sometimes when that stop is quick, they don't have time to sit down and eat with you. But have a conversation. Ask them, hey, is there anything I can get you while you're getting the bus ready for us to roll again? Just, again, have that conversation. They appreciate those gestures. And who doesn't like to eat? Lost track. 3, garbage. You know, you're bringing food on, you're snacking, you're having a drink. If you're the group leader, ask your group to please, hey, we're exiting the bus, pick up all your garbage, throw it in the trash can. There's one in the back, there's one in the front. And if you're having like 10 pizzas just delivered to the bus and there's all that garbage, ask the driver for an extra garbage bag. They have them. They'd be happy to share those with you. Just kind of, pick up after yourselves, and that helps the driver who's going to sweep it up and check for lost items and look through the garbage, but it also helps our cleaners. So please ask for those garbage bags. Hours of service. Pay attention to your itinerary and hours of service. A driver can drive 10 hours. Our rule of thumb is about 500 miles. And they can be on duty for 15. And on duty means that they are still responsible for the bus. So when you're sometimes getting someplace and you're like, oh, we had a change of plans and now we want to go here and here and here. And you're like, and the driver says to you, I wish I could, but we just drove 500 miles and I have 8.5 hours. I have an hour and a half left to drive you around the city. Where do you want to go? They're not doing it to be difficult. They're doing it because the FMCSA, Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, federal law regulates our hours. We must adhere to them. And that little ELD device you see, electronic logging device that you see on our buses, that's tied to the engine. And so there's no fudging. They know if we are going and exceeding our hours. And we don't want to do that either. We want to be safe for you. So again, just have those conversations with the driver about how they're doing on their hours of service and what you can do to help them have a shorter day and get their proper rest from drop off at the hotel to start the next day. And always, you can tip your drivers. Of course, who doesn't like a good tip? Recommended service rewards are a little wonky sometimes, at 10% for a big trip. Could be $2 per passenger per day over the course of your trip, $60 a day, $100 a day. I mean, there's a lot of little nuances. Ask me. I'd be happy to give you some recommendations. But even if you just pass the hat and say, hey, guys, we really like this driver. Let's give him a big tip. It is appreciated. So those are my top 5 things of how you can share some love with your driver. Let them know that they're appreciated and that you respect the great job they're doing for you. We look forward to sharing more love with you. I've got some exciting news on this Valentine's Day. So stay tuned and have a great day.